Wow, what a morning. I mean, many people went to bed very late last night, woke up early this morning to the news that Jamaica has lost one of its great sons, renowned for his work in entrepreneurship, business, tourism, media across the region, Gordon Butch Stewart. And joining us this morning to talk a little bit about him is our tourism minister, Edmund Bartlett. Welcome, Minister Bartlett, and good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning, my Jamaica. Good morning, all of Jamaica.
Yes. Minister, I don't know if you were aware that he was ailing because, they kept that pretty private to most of us. But your first thoughts on the passing of Gordon Bush Stewart?
Well, firstly, I think that Jamaica, the Caribbean, and the world has lost one of the greatest tourism icons of our time. Doubtlessly, Gordon Bush Stewart has made an indelible mark in the annals of tourism times. And indeed, he has established himself as not just the standard by which entrepreneurship in this period can be judged, but he's established a brand that has become global, and it's also the strongest statement that small island states such as Jamaica can make great impact on global scenes irrespective of their areas of involvement. I think that we can look back through his life and time and draw inspiration from the success that he's had. But I think most importantly, we can be inspired by his resilience and the fact that he has started from nowhere and has ended up as being one of the most celebrated human beings that Jamaica has produced in the last century. I, on behalf of the entire Ministry of Tourism, want to pay our very, very deep respect and regard to him, to say to his family, your gift to us is going to be what will inspire us, particularly through this difficult period of COVID. It's a hard moment to say goodbye, but it's a great moment for us to draw inspiration and be guided into the future.
What do you think his passing means for tourism in Jamaica, Minister?
Well, his passing for us is the end of an epoch, but it's also the beginning of a new understanding of how to manage adversities and to overcome, but most importantly, to survive, thrive, and grow. And that has been the characteristic of the great man. Butch Stewart is truly Mr. Resilience and the inspiration Jamaica needs at this time to take us through the difficult moment of COVID-19.
Yeah. I don't know how many would be aware, Minister, of Butch Stewart's, I would say, contribution not just to Sandals Resorts, but to brand Jamaica as a tourism destination, and the way Jamaica is seen as a place that's all good. All that's good is a signature. And I wanted to talk about that a little bit for me. Just how much did he contribute to Jamaica as a tourism brand?
Well, I would answer that one very simply by saying about 15 years ago, when an international investor flew to Jamaica to meet with me to discuss some tourism investment on the North Coast. And he asked me to show him where the sandal brands were. And we flew across the island and showed him where they were. And then he said to me, I am not coming to Jamaica to compete against any other. The only brand I want to be next to and to compete with is Sandals brand. And I think that that makes the statement about the power of brand sandals and by extension brand Butch Stewart.
Mm, mm, mm.
Interesting, very interesting. And so I'm curious as to what his outlook would have been even last year as we went through what we were going through. I know you would have been in discussions with him at some point. Did he remain optimistic in his outlook even as tourism was taking a beating last year, Minister? And was his outlook positive for how we move beyond this?
Well, Butch is an eternal optimist like me. He never sees failure. He always sees the opportunity for success, and he goes after it. As a matter of fact, one of the little known facts is that he was investing during this difficult time. He was still acquiring assets to invest. So he believed that difficult moments present great opportunities. So he was a source of inspiration to me as minister, and I could draw on him so regularly to get those gems that will help to build my own confidence that if we continue to work hard and to do the right things, to innovate and to pivot, to be adaptive and adaptable, we will succeed and make it through. And so we have spent long hours, sometimes cussing, sometimes fussing, but most times agreeing that the way forward has to be found, and that finding the way forward is not easy, but it is the right thing to do. And so I'm saying that loss is going to be irreparable. Adam does a good job, but I'm telling you that loss will be irreparable.
Absolutely. Adam Stewart, in his release, says a singular personality and an unstoppable force who reveled in defying the odds, exceeding expectations, and whose passion for his family was matched only by the people and possibility of the Caribbean, for whom he was a fierce champion. Minister, before you go, your final words?
I endorse that. He was indeed a fierce champion. What I can say in my final word is thank God that a Butch Stewart was among us. Thank God for the legacy that he has left behind. And it is only for us, I believe, to draw on that great inspiration and to build a stronger and better place for ourselves and posterity.
Thank you, Minister, for your thoughts this morning. Appreciate the time you took to share those thoughts with us. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett on the life and legacy of Gordon Butch Stewart. Take care, Minister. Up next, the bioeconomy and how that works. We'll be right back with that on Smile.